Have you ever noticed when you will listen to native speaker by the Google or BBC News through BBC News, at that time you are able to actually, please just try to share your feeling. What do you think, that I am just telling to you truth or not? Because this is the fundamental with everyone, and I don't want to skip anything. If I am working on that language, so definitely it is really necessary to tell you what I'm feeling, and it is really necessary to know about you. Actually, you are actually grabbing all things or not. If you are not able to listen everything, you are trying to listen everything by the Google from the native speaker. Okay, so have you noticed that you are actually understanding all things, you are consuming in your minds all things, you are able to capture all words? No, it's happened with me. What is it, yaar? Have you noticed something? Do you also want to work on that things, so that of course you also can work on these things, and of course you will be able to understand the native speaker, so that of course you also can be a native speaker. Do you want to be a native speaker with me? I am also working on that things, and so that of course I will be in the future as a native speaker. I'm not talking about the accent, I'm talking about the speaking style. Okay, so let's get started. If you are agree with me and you want to see what is the reason behind that, why we are not grabbing, why we are not able to understand by the Google. Okay, so if you want to know all doubts relate these things, so let's come. This is Richa here. Good morning to all of you, and have a great warm welcome. If you want to continue with me, so please, for that things, what you are thinking, don't be think too much. Just subscribe, like and share. And after the video, until end the video, if you are actually agree with me, don't be think, don't stop your hands. Just try to click your fingers on the chat box and give me comments. Tell me what do you think about that. We are discussing actually that thing is actually you are also observing in you or not, or it's happened with me as well. No, I damn sure it's not only and only with me, it's also with you all, because you are also on the learning stage like me. So don't delay that things. So for that things we will have to continue about the differences. What kind of differences if native speaker is speaking, at that time that person is unique according to us, and what kind of mistakes we are doing, we are not able to be a native speaker. First question is that. Second question is that why we also so much impressed when we also listen to native speaker. Why it's happened? Why it's happened when we also listen to on the Google or on the BBC News, we are not consuming all messages, all news. We are actually able to speak in English. We are trying to listen and we are grabbing everything. When you are able to talk, make a conversation with native speaker, in this situation you are okay. But when you will come on the listening mode and you are not able to get full message by the native speaker, there is two difference which I am sharing with you. When we right now just forgot that I am talking about the English language. Just try to think firstly about your native language. What kind of language you are having. Hindi is my native language. I don't know about you all. So if you have Malayalam, if you have Kannada, just try to tell me and just try to share with me your native language by the comment box. Okay. So Now let's get started. We will think about the our native language, our mother tongue. Okay, so my native language is Hindi, and definitely you also can think I am saying right or wrong. Okay, so question is that if you are having Malayalam language or Kannada language or Punjabi language or Urdu language, so if I just try to make conversation with you and my Hindi is similar like your language, like a little bit Punjabi also similar in Hindi, and same here Urdu is also similar in Hindi. Okay, so in these situations what happen that I don't know about Urdu and Punjabi, I don't know about Malayalam and Kannada, and same here you also don't know about Hindi language, but you are really smart in your native language. In these situations, just try to imaginations, we both are interacting to each other, we both are trying to making a conversation. So what is the process that I will tell you. When I just talk with anyone, if I just feel that persons don't know about my native language in Hindi, okay, and that persons want to talk with me and I also want to talk with that person. So in these situations, how can I convey to that persons by messages? How can I talk with that person? Fantastic and secrets. Okay, so what happened when we are trying to each other and that person, both person has different language. So what happened, I'm just trying to speak. Suppose you are having Malayalam language, I'm just trying to speak, but I know little Malayalam, okay, but I am not be fluent on the Malayalam language. Okay, so just try to, when I'm just speaking Malayalam language, because I need to talk with you, because I want to give the messages to you which is really important for me. Okay, because that is related the professional. In the beginning of the conversation, we will talk very gradually, or we will talk words to words, and we are trying to making a conversation easily by the words to words, by the gradually. I'm just trying to speaking very slowly, but when I just speaking slowly, and you can notice and you also can think, when we also interact with anyone and that language it is really very different for that person, we are trying to speaking really slowly because our intentions to give the messages which I want to talk with you, and same here you also want to talk with me. Definitely in this case both parties make a conversation very easily. Now point is that, have you noticed those are speaking very fastly? No, those are speaking very slowly, because there is a condition is to exchange a message. Okay, now come to the point. Now just notice the second stage is that I am Hindi native speaker. Okay, so what do you think, that I cannot speak too much Hindi, I cannot be smarter in Hindi, I cannot be fastest in Hindi? No, absolutely, of course my answer is also no, because I am native speaker in Hindi, and that's why I am able to speak very fast in Hindi. What do you think, I'm saying right or wrong? Right, of course, absolutely right, because this language, your native language, you already having from your childhood, and that's why when you need to speak with anyone and that person doesn't know your native language, in these situations you are actually prefer to speak very slowly. Okay, and second is, if you know that my language is native Hindi, and second person that is also my friend is also here, and she is also know Hindi, because her language is also Hindi native speaking. Okay. So in these situations, what do you think? That I am making conversation with her very gradually. What happened? When we both are friends talking to each other, and definitely in this situation we are not talking very slowly motions, we are talking very freely, very speaking fastest, and like some kind of naughty things we are making a naughty teasing, like, oh my god, you are like that, yeah, you means we are actually right now comfortable, because that person is also know about same language, because we both are interacting to each other on the same language. Okay, so we don't have any kind of stress, we don't need to take any kind of stress. Now what I want to tell you by that message, when you talk, when you just listen BBC News or any native speaker by the Google, you are not able to understand, okay, but you want to talk. Now you can think on the second stage, when you will communicate with native speakers on any virtual platform. What do you think? That native speaker talking with you very fastly? No, because they know very well, because it's your not native language, because you also having any native language, but English is there for them native language, not for you. So in this situation, you just try once, please. So what happened? Native speaker talk with you very gradually, or very smoothly, and you will feel they are speaking, and while they're speaking, flower is coming, sweet words are coming, because they want to make conversation with you, because they want to talk with you, and you also want to talk with that person, with the native speaker. In these situations, native speaker prefer to talk with you very gradually or very slowly. So what do you think? That they don't know how to speak, they don't know how to speak very fastly, they don't know how to deliver the message with rapidly, they don't know how to speak with the fluency. Now I'm talking about the fluency. They know very well, they are really very smarter, like you, because you are also native speaker in Hindi, Malayalam, Kannada, French, Germany, English, Thai language, any language. Okay, same here, they are also very smarter in their native English language. So thing is that, because their intentions to convey you, their intentions to talk with you, and that's why they prefer to talk with you in a beginning of time slowly. This is the actually fluency. There is a main secrets which I am uploading this video today. I am making this video to understand you, to make easy you, that a lot of students thinks fastest communication is a fluency. No, fastest communication is not a fluency. Actually, fluency is if you are delivering your message, if you want to deliver your message, if you want to deal with anyone, if you want to convey with anyone, if you want to make conversation with anyone, and you are on the stage. Suppose you are on the stage. What do you think? Have you ever noticed public speakers so much speak fast? No, public speaker is always with the flow, and everyone can understand to that public speaker, because that person is trying to speak very crystal and clear, very smoothly, very flow, and very gradually. Means if you will speak very slowly, and if you need, according to you, like if you see there is a need to take pause, just try to take pause when you will take pause, and definitely while the taking of pause, you also can input ideas for the next. Definitely it is really very easy to output your message for the next point. When you are able to deliver your message in the first speaking, it is a fluency. A lot of people also think if someone is speaking so much fast, that person is a fluent. No, this is the biggest mistake if you will think like that. According to you, this is the fluency, but I'm not considering this is the fluency, because that person is not able to convey the message, because of there is a lot of beginners. Okay, there is a lot of beginners, or there is a lot of persons or old age people also. You need to talk with them very gradually, very slow motions. In this situation, when you are trying to speaking or making a conversation, and definitely they actually so much excited to grab your message, because your intentions to give the messages, not done your speaking. If you think that your work is finished, definitely you cannot do that. For exchange the message, you will have to grab your fluency. That person is not too much amazing speaker like you. In this situation, it is really great guts which you should follow in your communications. Means you can convey to first persons, because that persons know about the English speaking, but second person doesn't know about the second language, but that person can understand, that person can talk. So in this situation, you have need to speak very slowly. This is the main mantra which I'm sharing with you. And definitely, if you are able to convey your message in the first, it means you are amazing communicator. You are actually amazing communicator. You have a great fluency. This is the fluency. If you will think fast speaking is a fluency, no. If you will think slow speaking is a fluency, no. Fluency means exchange the message. Both parties be a perfect while the communicating time. Everyone enjoying your speaking. Everyone want to listen you, because all bodies are exciting to listen you. All bodies are biggest fan of you, but your fan will not consume your message. So what do you think? This is the actually very good? No, not at all. Have you noticed about the Modi ji? When Modi ji start speaking on the stage, and he always prefer to speak in Hindi. Why is it so? What do you think? Modi ji doesn't know about the English speaking? No, he is so much good at English, and his speech is really amazing. But thing is that actually his intentions to deliver the message to his audience, and that's why he preferred to speak very rocking style. Mitro, I love that word, mitro. So what did you learn by this video? By this video we learned only one thing: fluency. If you are really very smart on the fast speaking, or you are really very smart on the slow speaking. But it is really very important if you want to be fluent, if you want to gain fluency while the speaking. So it's really very necessary. You will have to aware, and you don't have too much fascinate word. It is okay. You don't have need too much advanced structure. It is okay. But you are talking with the flow. You are not using the fillers. You are not be hesitating. You are really very confident. It means these are points to be a fluent speaker. It means you have really great potentials on the fluency. So thank you so much. Now if you are really happy after this message, and please just try to work on that thing. If on the subscribe, and just subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon, like, share. Please just try to share the video. By the share I cannot do any kind of things, but by the sharing I also can spread my message, so that people also can get to know